Welcome to Cover Epic number 2. I'm your host, Echo Fan Grey Wolf. We are going to talk about FELON 47, and we're going to make this a short video, hopefully. Look, I'm going to state this, and you're not going to like it, and I don't give a shit. Alright? The door is always open for you to come in or go out as you please. Look, there are Democrats that are evil, and there are Republicans that are evil. And the Epstine FIles will get both of them. And we all need to agree that both the evil Democrats and the evil Republicans got to go. Nobody that should be redacted other than the victims. All the people who had something to do with hurting these girls, doesn't matter if it was Trump, doesn't matter if it was Clinton, all the motherfuckers need to be locked the fuck up. You don't have to agree with that shit, but that's just the way it fucking is. Clinton needs to go if he did it. Trump needs to go if he did it. There is evidence more on Trump than Clinton, but I'm not giving Clinton a fucking pass. But I'm damn sure not giving Trump a pass either. Y'all might not understand how this works. This is going to sound really biased, but it's also factual that you can go Google this shit. Alright? My hatred for Trump is legit. Without question, my hatred for Trump is legit. And you might not feel that way because you're probably not a person of color. And if you're not a person of color, and you don't feel that way, there's nothing wrong with that. Your feelings are valid. However, your moral compass may be in question. We got proof that in 1992 that FELON 47, aka Donald John Trump, literally said to a family that he was going to be dating their 10-year-old or 8-year-old in 10 years, giggling, can you believe it? You can go find that. Escalator. You can find that shit. It's unacceptable. You've got evidence of him on The View saying that if Ivanka wasn't his child, that he would be boning that thing. No normal man has ever looked at his daughter, and I said normal man has ever looked at his daughter and said, if I didn't create that bitch, I'd be boning that bitch. No normal man, has ever looked at their daughter and said, I would be fucking her if she wasn't my daughter. Most normal men are looking at their daughter and be like, all right, look, when your Uncle Bob come over, you wear your clothes, do not bounce on his lap. Keep your ass the fuck off his lap. That's what normal dads and uncles would do. Hey, look, you gotta put some clothes on. Alright? Just in case we got one of them uncles that's kind of freaky and kind of sus, you know, you gotta rock some clothes. Now, granted, not every uncle is insane or sexual deviants. But every family probably has that one, or they think that there's one even if they're not one. And you can't take chances with your little girls, man. You just can't. And I'm a strong believer in, as an uncle myself, my nieces have never sat on my knees. They've never sat anywhere on my naps, and neither has my nephews. No, you're not sitting on me. You can give me a hug, and then you get the fuck out my face. Because that's how I roll. You're not sitting on my knee. I'm not your father. You want to sit on your daddy's knee, that's your daddy. Knock yourself the fuck out. You're not going to sit on Uncle James's knee or Uncle Echo's knee. You're not sitting anywhere on me, period. There's a fucking couch right there. You can show me love without being physically showing me anything else. And y'all can call me psychopathic or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. This is how you also avoid being accused of shit. You know? Now, you're not sitting on my lap. But I'm your niece. I don't give a fuck if you're Jesus. You're not sitting on my motherfucking lap. There's a whole goddamn couch right there. You can sit beside me all day. Don't touch me. Don't hug me. If your parents ain't in the room, you're not going to be nowhere near me. And that's just me being paranoid, but that's me keeping my ass from being accused of some shit down the road. Well, remember when I was a little girl and you hugged me all kinds of... No, bitch, nuh-uh. Wasn't me. Might have been somebody your daddy knew, but it sure as fuck wasn't me. And that was really obnoxious of me to just say that. But nah, man. There are things, there are rules, there's etiquette that families should always be, leery about. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a father, you should also be teaching your daughters, no. You can hug your uncles, but you don't need to be sitting on their laps. Hell, and if you're a father, for the safety of your own self, your daughters and your sons shouldn't be sitting on your fucking lap. But if y'all don't want to see that, then I'm the one with the moral issue. But I have a strong moral compass, and there's just some shit you don't do. I don't have kids. But I hug my nieces and my nephews, but it's always the side hug. It ain't never the where their breasts are touching me or some shit. Like, nah, fuck that shit. Side hug only, buddy. Side hug only. And everybody was like, what a side hug? I said, let me explain something to you. The only women that I'm gonna hug in the front gonna be my mama and my wife. As far as my sisters and them, if we gonna hug, it's gonna be some air between us or an obstacle there. You know, same way I would hug any one of my brothers. But when it comes to like kids and shit, nah, side hug, man. Side hug. That way you can see all my hands and shit. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that kind of shit. That's it. A lot of people don't understand that kids also lie. And if you don't want to believe that, then you can go Google the McMartin case, because they cost that poor boy a lot of his life when he never did anything. And some kids are taught by their parents to lie. I don't like that guy. I need you to tell the world that this motherfucker raped you. And then when the doctors find out that they didn't, now you got problems, because now the doctors are going to listen to... Nah, I'm not going through that bullshit. Fuck that shit. The McMartin trial made me open my eyes up. I also did a report on it in school. So same thing with the God damn it, what the fuck was his name? Shit. I know his name, but I can't think of it. Gary Gilmore. You know, so yeah. Yeah, we're not doing any of that shit. And then, you know, there's a lot of ways that people set themselves up to get fucked up. And kids are one of those ways, man. You know, side hug only. Hey, buddy. You know, how you doing? Handshake. You know, that kind of shit. But outside of that, you got to be real careful at how you set yourself up for failures when it comes to these hugs and shit. Now, without further ado, if you're guilty of this Epstein bullshit, you're guilty. The only people who should not be fucking redacted are the other people. The victims are the only people whose names should not be seen. But as far as the victimizers, nah, those motherfuckers gotta go. Doesn't matter if they're Democrats, doesn't matter if they're Republicans. Anybody who says that we need to defend the people who hurt children, then they need to go. Anyway, that being said, thank you guys for watching.